Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, A Painter's Vlog, and today I'm going to be talking about a talk that I attended last night with Angelina Jolie, Rithy Panh, Phloeun Prim, Darren Walker, and Loung Ung. It was really incredible to attend this talk. I received an invite from one of the directors, the director of media at the Asia Art Society on Monday. I didn't know about the talk, I wasn't aware of it, but I received a gratis invite, me and a friend, and I was just blown away that they had found me in the vast world of the internet. They heard that I was working on an art project in Cambodia, so that was such an honor, and I was very humbled to receive that invite. So, and of course, I'm a huge Angelina Jolie fan. Ugh. Like, I'm not usually starstruck with, celebrities in the film world. When it comes to the art world, I tend to get really nervous and a little bit inward, and yeah, so that was really a big deal for me. I think it's interesting how people in the United States really revere celebrities and put them on this pedestal and give them this like gold star status. I just think, I guess most countries do that, but I think that the United States really heavily emphasizes these people and almost makes them out to be subhuman. Well, I'm here to tell you that Angelina Jolie is totally an alien, and she's a beautiful goddess alien, and I love her to death. The topic of the panel was Light After Darkness, Memory, Resilience, and Renewal in Cambodia. And the focus was on the use of art to reinvigorate, renew, and to carve a path of light in the face of all the darkness that had happened in Cambodia's past. A lot of people don't or are not aware of what happened in the past in Cambodia, but the country has endured a lot. So you have the all-star Angelina Jolie. She worked with her friend Loung Ung, who wrote First They Killed My Father. She worked with her and directed a film called First They Killed My Father. They've been friends for 17 years. Angelina's been going to Cambodia, I believe, since she was 23 years old, and she immediately fell in love with the landscape and the beauty of Cambodia, as I did as well. I felt a very strong connection with her on that front. It's really interesting to approach a culture that is so vastly different, but that's unified with all the same characteristics as any other. It's just the bind of humanity and the bind of art. I was shocked to learn that after the Khmer Rouge came in, after the genocide, of which 1/3 of the Cambodian population was killed, that 90% of Cambodia's artists were also killed. During the genocide, basically, they killed anyone who was educated, anyone who wore fine clothing or glasses, any artist, any musician, anyone who was living in the city or had kind of this like upper echelon status. They killed them brutally. They tortured them. And Loung Ung went through that when she was a little girl. So in her book, which I have yet to read, she outlines the story of her and her family enduring this genocide. Also on the panel was Rithy Panh, the most important and well-known filmmaker in Cambodia. He's won numerous awards, and I actually read his book called The Elimination, and I cried myself to sleep several times reading this book. It's a very stark and brutal account of the genocide as well, his account, and I have the book here. This is the book. And I came across this book when I was in Chicago. I just went into this random bookstore and I was like, hey, I'm going to Cambodia. I'd really like to read an account of the Khmer Rouge. And anyway, it's extremely riveting and extremely moving. I actually have to watch all the rest of his movies. And then the other person on the panel, Phloeun Prim, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, but he was incredibly kind and nice. He is the director of the Cambodian Living Arts Organization, and they're based in Cambodia, and the purpose of that organization is to keep the arts alive that existed before the genocide It's very, very important, especially considering that the 90% of artists were killed. Another interesting thing that I took away from the talk is that 30% of the Cambodian population is over 30 years old. 70% of the population is under 30. That's insane. And that really speaks loudly with how many people were murdered, and this insane revitalization of the culture, the arts. So the talk was moderated by Darren Walker. He is the president of the Ford Foundation, which is the nation's third largest philanthropy. And he did a really, really fantastic job. Something I noticed when I was YouTubing and looking at other talks with Angelina Jolie and Loung Ung and others promoting the film is that a lot of moderators or interviewers tend to focus mostly on Angelina Jolie, which I do understand. She's a very identifiable character. She is a beast of a celebrity, and I get that. But I almost found it a little bit disheartening that a lot of people talked or aimed the questions mainly at her when she presents herself as being merely a vehicle to tell Loung Ung's story, her dear, dear friend of 17 years. So, yeah, Darren did a really, really wonderful job moderating this talk, and it was very, very moving. I am a huge nerd, so before I went, I actually wrote up these letters and like little handwritten cards in little envelopes, and then I got the invite for my upcoming show, Same Same But Different, in Cambodia, and slipped that in the envelope, taped it up, and wrote everyone's name on there. I know I'm a total nerd, but you never know what can happen in life. You never know the connections you can make, and so I had all these little envelopes in my bag, but I was dismayed to learn that Angelina was leaving a half hour before the talk was going to end, so she was there from 5 to 6 p.m., and her and Loung Ung left. But that's completely fine. You know, afterward I met Phloeun Prim and also Rithy Panh, which was a huge, huge honor, and I just want to share something with you, which I'm really excited about. This is a huge deal. Like, look at this. This is Rithy Panh's signature. This man is an icon, and I'm just blown away and honored. What I want to do with my show in Cambodia is in no way a desire to exploit or just come in and barge in this culture. It is deeply out of my profound love and respect for the Cambodian culture, and it's just an honor to, again, as I said, have been invited to this talk and to really, really soak it in and experience that. So I'm just going to share a little bit of the footage from that, and thank you for watching. And if you want to follow me on my journey as a contemporary artist living in Brooklyn, then please subscribe and like this video, and thank you so much for the support. It means a lot to me. Ladies and gentlemen, Angelina Jolie.
You have, I think, crafted this jewel for the world, this gift. How do you think about this country, its future, its past, and how we reconcile it all?
Well, I come into everything as really a student. Cambodia is a country that changed my life. I'm American. I grew up in LA and New York, and I learned what was taught to me in school. And when I first went to Cambodia, I realized how much I didn't know. And as I started to learn really about the country and what the country had gone through, and part of that was I picked up a book on a street corner and sat by myself and read it. Through following her footsteps as a child and through sitting in Cambodia and meeting people in the country, and how resilient and how spirited and dignified and beautiful these people are, and couldn't understand how it could happen, couldn't understand how I'd gone 23 years and not known. And so what else did I not know? So I'm very grateful for so much of what I learned, and it's a country that also I felt so connected to. It's the country that made me a mother. You know, I felt Loung Ung and I, one of our first nights, we were sitting in a monsoon and in hammocks, and I said, I feel very connected to this country. At least I've achieved the knowledge that I am only as much as I, do for others. And that is my greatest achievement, and that's how I raise my children. And so I stood on that set with anybody on that set over 40 remembered the war. And I'm there, and I've been welcomed into this country, and I am so grateful to be allowed to be Maddox's mother. I'm so grateful to be allowed to be Pax's mother and all my children. And to be telling this story, this is not my history. This is not my country of birth. And this is her story, and I love her. And I don't want to get this wrong for her, And so for, you really are. I was there just to kind of listen and try my best to facilitate what needed to be made, but we made it together.
Thank you so much for watching today. I know this video is a little bit short, but I really wanted to share that distinct, amazing memory of this extraordinary panel. So have an amazing Friday, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye. ខ្ញុំមិនដែលស្រឡាញ់អាណាសោះស្រាប់តែមកបា